What's the weirdest compliment you've ever received? Was told I have a beautiful brain while doing a paid MRI study.
Me and my brain tumor are jealous of you.
My girlfriend in college once said that she wished she had legs like me.
One of my daughter's classmates saw me walking into school. When he found out I was her mom, he said to her, "Man, your mom looks like she could snap someone in half with those legs." Thank you, leg press machine.
Your oral cavity is wonderful to work with. So spacious. My dentist. You have a cool left ear. All I could think was, well, what the F is wrong with the right one? You look like you read books for fun.
I'll never forget the confused look I got from a friend when she saw me laugh at something I was reading in a book.
You are surprisingly nimble for a fat guy.
I've been chubby for years, but when I was younger I was in gymnastics. Early high school I went to a friend's house for a little get-together grill party thing. Some of the kids were dancing and tumbling and whatnot in the huge lawn they had. I proceeded to do a long-ass string of cartwheels as I could still do it even as chubby as I had gotten. My friends were stunned. It was great.
I have a perennial baby face and am a pretty quiet, shy individual but have a deep voice. Someone in one of my classes held the door, so I said thanks. The girl holding the door did a double take and shouted, "Wait, that's what you sound like." And honestly, that'll stick with me for the rest of my life. You have great veins. From a nurse when I worked in a hospital.
Mine is, my therapist likes you, they think you're a good influence. You smell like a rainbow just out of the dryer, told to me by a second grade student several years ago.
Kids say weird stuff. A middle school student once told me that I smelled like a good barber shop. Since it's cheap, I used to keep Brut in my car as my backup cologne. I'm not a morning person, so I sometimes forget cologne. That was the day I decided to swap out the Brut for cool water.
Optometrist told me my eyes were physically perfectly healthy and they'd make perfect specimens.
Well, don't be rude, give him the eyes.
I was cleaning a guinea pig enclosure at a zoo I was interning at. The piggies were in a playpen so I wouldn't disturb them and I was alone in the enclosure. Some older lady knocks on the glass and says, "Well, aren't you the cutest little guinea pig I've ever seen?" I didn't know what to say to that, so I just kinda laughed awkwardly and went back to cleaning. She watched me for a few minutes and left.
I would definitely take this as a compliment.
You look like Shaggy from Scooby-Doo, random kid on a cruise.
I said this to my ex once and he got angry at me.
A waitress told me she's never seen someone as good at crab picking as me.
You're not beautiful, but you're photogenic. Thanks, I guess.
At least you are photogenic. I'm not.
A coworker complimented me on a haircut once. She said, "Your hair looks great, it makes it look like you shower." Weird compliment considering I get the same haircut once a month and I shower at least once a day.
When the lady finished my haircut, she said it made me look intelligent. Makes me wonder what I looked like before.
You ate that apple very neatly. Guess I have nice teeth?
I'm a guy and I was out walking. A dude rolled up in a car asking if I would be interested in doing pee because the girls would love me.
I thought you looked familiar.
Told a workmate I was diagnosed with gout, was moaning about it because it's A, weird, B, it's a genetic thing, I'm not eating lots rich food or anything stupid, and C, it hurts. His response, the genius disease. That's the disease all the great geniuses get. Makes sense you have it. As far as I know, there's no connection between genius and gout. Benjamin Franklin had it, but I don't think that means anything. But it was a great thing to hear when I was feeling low and self-pitying. Made me smile, confusedly, but smile, over something that was pure misery before that. I have now started telling anyone who tells me they have some condition, oh, the genius thing. All the great geniuses get that. Why not, right? You have hair. I took my baseball cap off to wipe my forehead and a friend's girlfriend said this. She only ever saw me wearing a baseball cap and assumed I was balding and hiding it.
During the first lockdown, the bakery I work in was one of the only shops in my town still open, so everyone was coming to us for their baked goods and rolls. The local funeral director was in one day, and when I caught him staring at me, he said, "Just sizing you up for your measurements. We're expecting to be very busy very soon." Didn't really know what to say to that.
Your handwriting is very satisfying.
Got called a KFC potato bowl once. Apparently because I had it all. Thanks.
I made a save the date video for my wife's 50th birthday, which was a parody of the intro to an early 80s TV show. It came out pretty well, but a friend of ours that produces ads for TV seemed to focus on the voiceover. Wow, is that you doing the voiceover? I pay people for stuff like that.
I got told I had a nice looking bladder a few months ago during an ultrasound, so that was a first. 6th grade, you have perfect lips for the trumpet from the band teacher. Thanks.
I love your cheekbones, they look like an elf's. So oddly specific, I didn't even know elves were famous for their cheekbones, or being called an elf was a good thing.
Woman in the gym, older lady, definitely cougar material. Came up and said, "Do you play sports? Your calves look amazing. It must take a lifetime to get them like that. And your ass at the bestest I have ever seen on a man." Needless to say, I was shocked, so shocked I froze up and didn't realize until after, when I saw her drive away in a pink BMW, that she was in fact, probably hitting on me. As a man, these things tend to go right over our heads.
Y'all get compliments? You got a beautiful neck.
It seems you were socializing with a vampire.
One time someone said they liked watching me eat food. Not sure what that means. Another also said, "You're fatter than I thought, but it's okay, you still look good."
Someone in an online forum told me that I'd changed his mind about gay marriage, because whenever I posted about my husband and kids it sounded just like his grandma talking.
A very cute, very not single coworker of mine told me she likes to watch me work, as I was communicating to people via walkie-talkie. I did stand-up poetry in my 20s in London, and looking back it was just an excuse to get a lot of stuff off my chest. One night I came off stage and a woman complimented me on my work and how intense it was. I said thanks, and she followed up by asking me how long I'd been off my medication.
I once was told I sound like Steve Buscemi. I guess that's a compliment?
Someone once told me that I'm a great companion to sit at the table with. I clear the whole table so that no food goes to waste, and I listen very attentively to every story, and once in a while make comments that surprise people cause they just assume I'm too focused on the food to even listen. Another one is that I'm great as a background noise. I keep on talking and talking, and usually it's nothing important, so you don't have to really pay attention to it, but it's nice to hear something.
You have really beautiful eyelashes. They're so long. I'm a guy.
Have you ever given a weird compliment? Leave a comment and subscribe to see more content like this.